Hello student, welcome back to my channel, and in today's lecture we are going to study about active attacks. What is active attack? In our previous lecture we have studied about the passive attacks and how the passive attacks are being carried out. So in active attack you are going to remember that active attack is an attack in which the attacker is going to modify the content of messages. What the attacker is going to do, whatever messages are there, they are going to modify those messages. The content of original message are been modified. So you can see that if this is a sender and if this is a receiver, the attacker will try to interrupt those things and they will try to change the content of the message. So you can say that attacker will directly attack the target system or the network, and as you can analyze that it is more dangerous than the passive attack. So the active attacks, what are the types of active attacks? The active attacks are the interruption, modification and fabrication. What is interruption? Interruption is the masquerade attack. Okay. Interruption is the masquerade attack. Modification can be replay or it can be alteration, and fabrication are the denial of service. Okay. It is the denial of service. So let us first study about the what is the masquerade attack. I hope that this has been understood that the active attack is either of interruption, either it can be modification or either it can be fabrication. So let us first study about the masquerade attack. So what will happen in this masquerade attack? It is caused when the unauthorized entity pretends to be another entity. What actually has been carried out in this kind of attack, that the unauthorized entity will pretend to be some another legal entity and they will try to carry out those actions. Okay, so for example, this is the user A, okay, and this is the user B, and this is your internet. So the intruder I, what the intruder I will do, the intruder will pretends to be entity A. The I intruder will pretends to be the entity A. Now the user B, what the user B will think, that the message has came from the I will send certain messages to B. B will think that message have came through the A, but in reality the intruder is going to pretend to be user A. The intruder will pretend to be user A. Now how they can pretend, how the intruder I can pretend? Intruder I can pretend with the help of certain authorization sequence, or you can say the capture of authentication sequence, for example user ID and password. So intruder will capture those user ID and password of the legal user A, and then they will replay those to gain the illegal access to the computer system. That is the masquerade attack. So you can say that in masquerade attack it is caused when unauthorized entity pretends to be another entity. Okay, unauthorized entity pretends to be another entity. So I hope that this masquerade attacks is been understood. Next is the replay attack. Now what is replay attack? In the replay attack, a user captures the sequence of event and then resend those things again. So in this attack, the basic aim, what is the basic aim of the attacker will be to copy the data of the originally present at the particular network, whatever data is been present, and later use those data for their personal use. So we can say that once the data is been corrupted or insecure or leaked, it is very much unsafe for the user. Okay, so how we can think about those things is, for example, this is user A and internet, and via the network they are going to communicate with the user B. Now the intruder I, what the intruder I will do, he will capture the message and resend it. Capture the message and resend it. Another classical example of the replay attack is attacker A, not attacker A, user A and user C. Now A and C is going to have the account with the bank B. Now A transfers certain amount to the C's account. Those are legal thing. Okay, legitimately they are going to do those actions. And what the user C will do, user C will capture those message and send the copy to the same bank B. See, once user A is going to send certain amount to C's account via the bank B. Now the C user will capture those things and send the second copy to the bank B. Now bank B will think that it is the authorized message and it is the second different fund transfer. So the bank will do those kind of transaction. But over here the user C could have double benefit. What are the double benefit? The double benefit is, one, via the authorized access. Okay, that is authorized access. I mean that in authorized way user A is sending those amount to user C. But second is via the replay attack. The user C is capturing those thing and then they are going to replay those again to the bank, and bank will think that this is a different transaction and they will carry out those kind of transaction. That is a replay attack. Okay, so basically replay attack is the user captures the sequence of event or some data unit and resend those things. Okay, capture and resend, that is nothing but the replay attack. Next is the alteration. I hope that this has been understood. Okay, so what we have studied about masquerade, we have studied about replay. Next we will study about alteration. What is alteration? Now in the alteration, as the name itself suggests something, alteration of message. Alteration of message involves some change in the original message. Any original message is there, there is a change in the original message. Some portion of the message has been altered or it has been reordered to produce the unauthorized effect, that is the alteration of the messages. For example, if there is certain amount of transfer, okay, 1000 to account A. Now there will be some alteration to this message, like example, transfer 10,000 to account C. So over here there is an alteration of message. The content of the message is been changed for the purpose of the monetary benefit. This is the alteration of messages. Next is the denial of service. Denial of service. What is denial of service? In this, they are going to make the system unavailable to the authorized user. The system or the network is unavailable to the intended user. How? By overwhelming it with the traffic or request. They are going to make the network very much loaded with the traffic, so that the legitimate user are unable to access those things on the network. The main aim is to flood a target system or the network with the traffic or request in order to consume its resources. The resources on the network are consumed by the unwanted traffic. Okay, unwanted traffic, they are going to load the network in such a way that it is going to consume the resources, bandwidth and CPU cycle or memory to prevent the legitimate user from accessing it. So I hope that this has been understood basically about what are the types of attacks. That is interruption. That is, first is the masquerade attack. What happened in the masquerade attack? The unauthorized entity pretends to be another entity and then they carry out those actions. In replay attack, they are going to take any of the operations and then they are going to replay it again on the network to gain those benefit. Next is the alteration. In the alteration, the content of the message is been modified or it is reorder, and another is the denial of service. In denial of service, the service is been denied by to the legitimate user. They are going to bombard the network with the unwanted traffic, so the legitimate user is unable to take the benefit of the network. That is a denial of service. So I hope that the active attack is been understood. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.